Fights, Mics, and Media. I'm Goldie Boy with my BIG, and I got a story to tell. Please like, comment, and subscribe if it's a vibe. Mwah.
This is the life, oh, go! It's real, oh, go! So official, they go, oh, I used to twist the cap.
This is a short biography of two hip-hop legends. Stay tuned in. Born Sean Maltke, September 6, 1965, Queens, New York, and also Antonio Hardy, September 10th, 1968, Brooklyn, New York, is no other than the Juice Crew All-Stars themselves, and that is MC Shan and Big Daddy Kane, two legends, Queensbridge finest and Best Eyes finest, baby. Listen, man, before there was ever a LL, before there was ever a Cool G Rap, before there was ever a Nas, Lost Boys, Mobb Deep, Capone Noriega, or any of these dudes from Queens, there was a skinny little dude that was super fresh, funky fresh, that had mad swag and wore a Kango hat as his signature. And that's no other than MC Shan, man. MC Shan was known for rocking the parks back in the days, man. You know, when hip-hop was in its infancy. And he was already one of them guys and solidified in the streets. He was very well known. And then back in 1985, I think he put out his first single. It was Feed the World. And MCA didn't really know, you know, hip hop was young back then. He was signed to MCA, and they didn't really know what to do with him. They didn't really know what to do with hip hop, period, back then, because it was so early and hip hop was in its early stages. And so they had let him go. But his partner Marley Marl had already had an existing relationship with another record label, and that record label was Cold Chillin'. And so because of the relationship that they had with Marley, they had went ahead and signed MC Shan. And that's when MC Shan came out with his other singles, like The Bridge and Left Me Lonely and all of them other joints, man. But yeah, man, before he came out with The Bridge, or the album, which was Down by Law, he had already put out a few singles, like I mentioned, Feed the World, Jane, Stop the Crazy Thing, and Beat Biter, which was actually a diss record that was aimed at LL Cool J, because allegedly LL had took a beat that Marley Marl had made or whatever, and flipped it and used it for himself for the song Rock the Bells. And I guess with him doing the song Rock the Bells and him also wearing a Kango like MC Shan would wear, I guess Shan took that and was like, oh son is trying to be funny. So he went ahead and made a diss record, and that's how the whole feud with him and LL, which really wasn't no really big feud like that. From what I understand, it was a few songs, they few, you know, records they went back and forth, and that was that. And that's how that started. And then from there, another beef started, and that was the beginning of the Bridge Wars, and that was with KRS-One, and that was a whole nother thing. And then that's why you heard Shan making songs like the bridge in response to the songs that Boogie Down Production was making. So it was crazy, man. But that was kind of like, you know, I guess that was his 15 seconds of fame before he kind of like faded out. I don't know why he went on such a ill decline, because I always thought MC Shan was that nigga, and a whole lot of other people. Maybe it was the drugs of the 80s. I have no idea. I don't want to put that on that man, but you know, that's what the word was. But I thought Shan was dope, man. And before he kind of like faded out. He put out Down by Law, like I mentioned, and in 1987 he put out Born to Be Wild in 88, and then he put out Play It Again Shan in 1990, and then Bars Over Bullshit in 2017. And that was pretty much like, you know, even before that, nobody really heard from Shan like that. I was just always hoping that Shan, you know, had a real dope career like LL or one of these other guys that, you know, that I like, man, from Queens, or Nas, or any one of these other guys, man. But I don't know what happened, and his career didn't flourish like it was supposed to, and he kind of faded off into glory. But MC Shan will never be forgotten by niggas like me, because he was my hero when I was a kid, even before all these other dudes from Queens that was dope. You know, Shan was already my guy. It broke my heart when they did the Bridges Over, man, and these songs when I was a little kid, man. And so, yeah, man, MC Shan will forever be in my memories, man. So I just want to send him a big happy birthday shout out to one of the dopest MCs and one of my heroes coming up as a little kid, man. And that's MC Shan. A big, huge happy birthday, Shan. Mwah. Yeah, man. So the Juice Crew was crazy when I was a little kid, man. I was like one of the biggest Juice Crew fans, man. So of course, you know, I loved MC Shan, and he was my hero. So naturally, I gravitated to Big Daddy Kane. And Big Daddy Kane was just a whole nother animal, bro. Did nobody hear that style of rhyme? The only thing that was similar to that was Rakim, who he got compared to a lot because of the way of the cadence that he did his rhymes in his similar tone of voice. And I don't think his style was intentionally meant to be like Rakim's or anything similar, and I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying that was the talk back then, is that he was very similar to Rakim, and that they sound somewhat alike. I never thought that they sounded alike, and I still don't think that they sound alike. I think that they're totally unique. The only thing that I think that they got in common is that both of them happen to be 5% Nation of Gods and Earths. And back in the days, they were two of the only MCs that was repping that. And so they would talk about a lot of the similar things sometimes in context. But besides that, they were nothing alike, and they were totally unique to each other's style. They were both dope, and they still are on that Mount Rushmore. As a matter of fact, Big Daddy Kane is the first Brooklyn MC on that Mount Rushmore, to be honest, before Big and Jay was ever even thought of. So it's actually Big Daddy Kane who was first. And Big Daddy Kane, I think, started running around the hip hop scene in around 84, 85. And I think he had built a relationship with Biz Markie, and he was ghostwriting for Biz Markie, and I think that's how he got really started. I'm not sure if he really had interest on being a rapper at first. I think it might have just been something, to where he got involved with, and he didn't really take it serious until he saw that he had potential. And he linked up with the Juice Crew, and it was a wrap from there, man. He had put out the song Raw, like I was saying, and Raw was like a fucking instant hood classic. Like that shit, when I tell you that instantly solidified his spot, like it instantly solidified his spot. And then from there, man, it was just like he was on a roller coaster. He couldn't do no wrong. He put out the album Long Live the King in 1988, and then he had put out Ain't No Half Steppin', and already 2 songs in, Kane was that fucking guy. Like it was crazy how fast his rise to prominence came, man. Like it was like instant. And then the same year, 88, they had put out Symphony with the Juice Crew, and that shit was a fucking instant classic, man. And his reign to prominence was just it was overnight, bro. Literally like overnight. They put out Long Live the King in 1988. The Symphony song came out the same year with the Juice Crew, and then the following year, it's a Big Daddy thing, man. And shit got even realer. Like he was like, if he wasn't already that nigga, then it was on, cause now he put out Smooth Operator, and I Get the Job Done with the whole New Jack swing era that ushered in around the same time. So he had a whole movement behind him because of that New Jack swing thing. And then he guard body, so he was a double-edged sword like LL. Like he was well respected in the streets and loved in the streets and looked at as a part of that New Jack swing era. And the girls loved this nigga. And then he did the nude pictures with Madonna, and his stock went out the fucking roof. So this dude was just, I mean, his hot streak was you could never duplicate what Big Daddy Kane did, man, in hip hop. Like it would never be done again. But anyway, after that, he had like I said, he put out It's a Big Daddy Thing in '89, Taste of Chocolate in 1990, Prince of Darkness in 1991, Looks Like a Job 4 in 1993, Daddy's Home in 1994, and Veterans Day in 1998. So Kane, he was super persistent up until a point, and then he kind of faded out. And in between time, he was doing movies as well. In 1993, he did Posse. Also in 1993, he did Media Man. In 2005, he did Dave Chappelle's Block Party. 2007, Dead Heist. 2008, Love for Sale. 2009, Just Another Day. 2011, Bud's House. 2016, Exposed. 2018, Law and Order Special Victims Unit. And then he did 2024, Elementary. And he played Chris Cunningham in Elementary. And that was his last show or movie that he was on. But yeah, man, like I said, Big Daddy Kane is a legend, man, a living legend. And I just wanted to give him a huge, big, warm birthday shout out and his flowers while he's still alive to smell them. Listen, man, if y'all younger generation don't know nothing about Big Daddy Kane, man, you need to look up this man's records and look at this man's style of rhyme and how he approached this shit, man, because he was totally original. And he can never be duplicated again, and he's on that Mount Rushmore that I'll be talking about of hip hop, man. So once again, man, a huge, big, warm birthday happy shout out to my fellow Virgos, MC Shan and Big Daddy Kane, man. Mwah.